What in the world is going on with the New York Knicks? What's going on, y'all? FaizSportsTalk back at it with another video, talking some NBA here, talking about the New York Knicks, talking Knicks basketball. But you know what? That's actually a lie, because the Knicks don't seem to be concerned about basketball at this point. In fact, they seem to be more concerned with winning headlines than they are with winning games. And their latest incident just proves that. So if you haven't heard about the Charkles Oakley Incident, Knicks legend Charkles Oakley was sort of, to put it politely, escorted. Well, I shouldn't say that. He was removed from the stadium after reportedly, saying some words to Knicks owner James Dolan, and then he was asked to leave, and then he started pushing and shoving, and then they had like 10 security guards take him out because Charkles Oakley is a big guy, so it took a lot of security guards to get him out, and now reportedly he is banned for life from Knicks games, even if he purchases a ticket. But you know what? So are NBA playoff games, okay? Those are also banned from Madison Square Garden, because that is the direction the Knicks are going at this point. And it's a joke that this franchise continues to be operating in the manner in which it has been. First and foremost, on this Charkles Oakley situation, look, I don't know what was uttered between Oakley and Knicks owner James Dolan. I don't know what was being said between the two. I don't even know what was happening prior to Oakley getting removed from Madison Square Garden. But what I do know is, regardless of what happened with the situation, I don't believe either party handled the situation well. If James Dolan had asked Charkles Oakley to leave, I think he could have done it in a better way than just having security guards come up there and just tell him that. And Oakley, even after the incident happened, came on multiple radio shows and said that he asked the security guards why they asked him to leave, and the security guards would not say who did it or why they were doing it. They were just told that he has to leave the premises. Oakley also overreacted. I believe that all the pushing and shoving and stuff, I do understand in the moment you're not really thinking rationally. And Charkles Oakley, even when he played, he was an enforcer type player who got into a lot of scuffles with other guys. So if you get on his bad side, it's really not a good sign, and that's what happened. So obviously Oakley retaliated, and the rest is history. But with the way each party reacted, it was not a good look. Look, you just don't treat a Knicks legend like that, especially one in Charkles Oakley, who played in New York for 10 years, and he sort of epitomized what the Knicks were about at that time. And now to treat a legend like that, and a lot of NBA players, including LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Paul, came to the defense of Charkles Oakley after a statement was being made that he needed to go and get help. Like, really? Really, the Knicks PR team needs to get fired, because they handled this situation just about as bad as it could be handled. Now let's look at another aspect of the Knicks mess, and Phil Jackson. Okay, Phil Jackson was also at the game in which the incident happened, and he looked disinterested. Just like a lot of things he's been in sort of recently, disinterested, including being the president of basketball operations for the New York Knicks. And I don't think I need to reiterate this, but Phil Jackson's done a very poor job as the president of the Knicks in his time with the Knicks. And it seems at this point, the last thing he wants to do is, run the Knicks organization. And that's sad to see after the Knicks have been paying him, 50, 60 million. And, I was listening to ESPN radio the other day, and Stephen A. Smith made a joke about this. It's almost like Phil Jackson wants to get fired. It's almost like he just wants to get fired so he can take his money and so he can leave for the first flight to possibly LA or wherever the hell he wants to go and retire. Because at this point, Phil Jackson, he's sending out tweets, he's attending the games, but not putting out statements. And then there's just a lot of things going on, and Phil Jackson is not being transparent with Knicks fans, with the media, with anyone. And it's really frustrating to see, because we want to see a plan. I'm not even a Knicks fan, but I feel bad for them, because you should want more from Phil. You should want him to have a plan. You should want him to say what he plans to do. At this point, do we know if Melo's getting shipped out or not? Do we know if he's staying? And it's all kind of up in the air. and it's really sad to see. I will say this: the only one who has been handling this entire situation as maturely and in the best manner possible has actually been Carmelo Anthony. He's just been playing ball. He's just been doing his job, and he's been keeping quiet, even though Phil has taken a lot of jabs at him through the media, through the press, through tweets and whatnot. Melo has handled it like a professional, and even though I do think he still gets shipped out, it is encouraging to see the way he's dealing with this, because with all of the mess that is the Knicks right now, I think this is going to hurt their free agent chances a lot. I mean, you're talking about an owner like James Dolan, you're talking about an executive like Phil Jackson. If you have people like this who treat former players like how Charles Oakley was treated, and then you treat current players like how Carmelo Anthony is getting treated, how is that going to look for potential free agents? Look, I'm not saying they won't be able to sign anybody, because we all know money talks, okay? That is not what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is, if you don't think it is going to have any sort of impact, you are wrong, because it will. And at this point, all the Knicks really need, forget winning games, because they're not going anywhere this year. Let's just get some stability in the organization, and let's get a plan going, okay? Do we want to ship out Melo? Do we not? Is Phil Jackson fully on board as being the president? We all know James Dolan is not selling the team, so he's still going to be there. What are you going to do with Derrick Rose when he's got a year left on his deal? Is Joakim Noah in your plans moving forward? All of these questions need to be answered by the Knicks, and for them to, again, be a stable franchise, I know it's asking a lot, they need to answer all these questions and moving forward. But that's really just the state of the Knicks right now, and it's sad to see. I feel bad for New York fans, like I said. But let me know what you guys think about this entire situation. Charles Oakley, Phil Jackson, Carmelo Anthony, James Dolan, and etc. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.